Welcome to Yvonne Meets Food, where I share my passion for making food, eating food, as well as traveling the world to discover and eat more delicious food. Today we are in Bali, Indonesia. Specifically right at this moment we are in Ubud. We're on the last leg of our Indonesia tour, which started in Jakarta, then in Yogyakarta, also affectionately known as Jogja, and then now we're in Bali for about 3 days. We are doing a day trip to Ubud with our driver Eddie, who is super friendly and fantastic. And we're currently standing in the Tegalalang Rice Terraces, which is incredibly beautiful, really scenic. There's lots of beautifully maintained rice terraces that are all throughout here, and it also kind of feels like you can either just keep going up or keep going down, depending on how far you want to go and explore all the rice terraces. It's also become quite a bit of a tourist spot, in that there are a lot of tourists that come both domestically as well as internationally to see how beautifully maintained the rice terraces are. And it's really overall just like a really beautiful, really gorgeous and peaceful place to visit. Ubud has definitely gotten a lot more popular with international tourists over the years. Particularly if you watch American movies or are American, you've probably heard or at least seen the movie Eat, Pray, Love, which is a movie that is based on the best-selling novel by Elizabeth Gilbert, who apparently came to Indonesia, specifically to Ubud, Bali, to have a bit of a eat, pray, love, self-discovery moment. So a lot of people are coming from pretty much all around the world to Bali, whether it's for honeymoons, for quick holidays, for just a place to relax, do yoga, kind of be among nature and to find oneself. I definitely think that even though Ubud and Bali overall is considered a very touristy place, there's a reason that places like Ubud and Bali are considered touristy, and it's because they really are so full of natural beauty and really cannot be missed. So during our day trip to Ubud, we're going to be doing a number of things. So we're already here at the rice terraces. It's been a lot of fun here. It's been super scenic. We got to see a lot of workers here harvesting the rice and watering the rice. We're also going to be visiting the center of Ubud, where we'll be seeing the Sultan Castle, a number of the markets and the local foods. One of the things that I'm super excited about is trying the Babi Guling, or the roasted suckling pig, that is really, really famous in Indonesia. So if you visited Indonesia, you'll probably know that the majority of the population is Muslim. In Bali is a little bit different than that, because the majority of the population, about 90%, is Hindu. So they do eat pork here. You'll see Babi Guling at many, many food stalls and many restaurants. And one of the most favorite spots is one of the ones that we're going to be going to today. We're also going to be visiting an Agro touristic farm where they have coffee as well as local chocolate. We'll also be visiting an elephant cave, which is also really famous in this area. So I hope that you'll follow along as we taste and discover new things. At an agro tourism type farm, and they specialize in coffee as well as chocolate. And so we just did a quick tour of the plantation. It's really, really beautiful here. There's pretty much all these different types of amazing exotic type fruits and types of spices. We got to see some real cacao trees that were very, very ripe with cacao, which is what chocolate comes from. We also got to see some durian and jackfruit trees. We also got to see cinnamon being grown, as well as vanilla pods, which is so cool because this was my very first time actually seeing real vanilla pods on a tree. And then in addition to that, we also got to see the civet cats, also known as luwak cats, which actually process the very, very famous luwak coffee that is native to Indonesia. So the tour that we had on the plantation was so nice, so friendly. Our guide was just really helpful in terms of answering all of our questions. And then now, as part of the plantation tour, we also get to do a tasting of different types of coffees, teas, as well as some pure cocoa. So we're going to start with this pure Bali coffee right now. This cup, these are very, very generous pours. This is one tray of samples for each table. So Chris and I are going to share this. Oh wow. This is really, really rich. It's almost kind of like a smoky flavor. It's really, really smooth, a little bit smoky, really well-rounded, and definitely a very dark roast. So now we're gonna try the pure cocoa. So they told us this doesn't have any sugar, so this is just pure cacao or cocoa. This is really, really smooth. It's really creamy naturally. That's a really, really pure chocolate flavor without any sugars. This is so good. Third one is the coconut coffee. So this is going to be using coconut that is straight from the plantation, as well as, of course, the coffee from coffee berries from here. Oh my God, that is so indulgent. So creamy and sweet from the coconut, so it's like sweet naturally. This is so smooth. This is like dessert in a little tiny cup. Vanilla coffee made with vanilla beans that are from this plantation. Wow, this is super vanilla-y. It's like really creamy, really, really fruity. Almost tastes like slightly alcoholic, probably because of like the vanilla being processed from the beans. This is amazing. Ooh, and then here is the best of both worlds. This is the chocolate with the coffee. Also not sweetened. This one is also like dessert. Super chocolatey, very, very sweet. So we're sitting in an area where there's a lot of bees, which is a little bit scary when you got food around and you don't want to get stung. So they're really nice, and they gave us this little smoky thing that has some coffee grounds as well as some charcoal to basically ward off the bees. So hopefully we'll be bee-free or have less bees because of this. So we're transitioning into some of the teas. So this is going to be the lemon tea, made with lemons that I'm assuming are from this plantation as well. Oh wow, this is like way sweeter than I thought it would be. I don't know if they're just naturally sweet because of lemons here. This is really, really refreshing. This also tastes like you could easily use it if you were having a cold and you're trying to ward off like cold symptoms, or if you have a sore throat. This is really, really refreshing. So the next tea that we're gonna try is the ginger tea. This also tastes like it's been sweetened. It is very, very gingery, not too strong. It's actually like lighter than I thought it would be. It also feels like it could be something that could be like a cold remedy, but it's really good. I love ginger, so this is really, really tasty to me. Tea, this is the turmeric tea. Very, very yellow. Obviously, since turmeric is usually like an orangey yellow color. Actually, I think all three of these teas may have had sugar in them. They're all quite sweet and much sweeter than I thought. But this is definitely like very sweet. It almost tastes like there's like honey in it. And the turmeric flavor is very, very subtle if you're familiar with the turmeric flavor. So we've got ginger coffee. This is our, what is it, our 9th one. Oh wow, this is probably the most peculiar of all of the 9 that we've tried so far. It's a very gingery flavor in the beginning. It's very ginger forward, and then afterwards you get that coffee flavor that's more like chocolatey and more smoky, like a dark roast. Okay, so this is our very last one, and if you are familiar with ginseng, this may be one that might pique your interest. This is actually a ginseng coffee, so it's ginseng mixed with the local Bali coffee. This actually doesn't taste like ginseng if you're familiar. This tastes more like it's like vanilla-y and maybe even milky, and then you get the coffee flavor at the very end that's a little bit like sweet and smoky. This is actually really good. Not ginseng-y the way I thought it would be. So I've tasted 10 from the sample. I'm probably gonna have to pee quite a bit after because coffee and tea make me pee a lot. So now we're gonna be trying the very famous luwak coffee. It's also known as the civet coffee. So luwak coffee, for those of you who have not been to Indonesia, it is considered the most expensive coffee in the world. The reason for it is that the coffee beans are processed through the poop of the civet cat. Civet in Bahasa is called luwak. The way that this works is the cats will be attracted to the ripest of the coffee berries, and then they will poop them out because their system cannot process the coffee berries. And then the people who work on these coffee plantations, they will then take the coffee berries that have been pooped out by the cat, clean them, process them, and then make coffee out of them. And then the idea is that once they've gone through the digestive tract of the luwak cat, it actually ferments the coffee beans so that it makes for a smoother, more chocolatey type of flavor that is supposed to be very, very popular and very well respected and renowned in Indonesia. So that is what this coffee is here. We got a separate cup of this. Oh wow. This is super, super fruity and it's really, really smooth. It's kind of like a dark roast with fruity undertones, and it's actually like very naturally sweet. It's really well rounded, it's super smooth. This is really, really good. If you're a coffee lover, you will definitely be able to appreciate this. As long as you're able to get around the fact that these were processed out of coffee berries that were pooped out by a cat. Don't let it faze you though. This is definitely really tasty and worth trying if you come to Indonesia. So the last thing we got while at the Bali Pulina coffee plantation is some coffee ice cream, and it's really beautifully served. The presentation is so stunning. It's got, it looks like it's little oats that have been sprinkled on top as a kind of like a garnish. There's also little strawberries. We've got some little biscuits here which look like they may have chocolate in them, and then it also is finished with some local cinnamon sticks that are actually from this plantation. Ooh, and we've also got, as an added bonus, coconut meat to carve and eat out of this. I love coconut meat, so good. So here goes a taste of this coffee ice cream. Oh my god. This is the most different tasting coffee ice cream I've ever had. It has like a very, very chocolatey flavor in the beginning. It's a little bit smoky. And it's just really, really deep. It's not like the coffee ice creams I've had back in the US where it just kind of tastes like very, very sweet and the coffee flavor comes after. The coffee and the chocolatey flavor is like right at the beginning. This is so good. It almost tastes like it's made from like a dark roast coffee bean. It also tastes like there's cinnamon in it. It's a really good flavor combination. I'm gonna taste some of it with some of the coconut meat. Oh my god. This coffee ice cream with this coconut meat is the best. That flavor combination, that creaminess and the meatiness of the coconut meat, the creaminess and the sweetness, the smokiness of this ice cream, so amazing. Oh my god, this coffee experience here at Bali Pulina has been amazing. The service has been amazing. Everyone's been really, really friendly, and all of the coffees and the teas have been phenomenal. Even this ice cream has been probably the most different coffee ice cream I've ever had. It tasted almost fermenty, almost alcoholic, but not quite. And just the presentation of everything has been ridiculously good and beautiful. I think that of the coffees that we tasted, the luwak is probably the most complex. So many different flavor notes, like the more you let it like linger in your mouth and just sit on your tongue. And my favorite of these that we had, the coffees, most likely the coconut coffee and the vanilla coffee. Kind of a sucker for the different flavors, but given that it is flavored with coconut and vanilla from this plantation, it makes the experience even more special. And I think of the teas, I really, really love the ginger tea. It was probably like not too gingery, so not too strong and spicy, but probably just right. The level of sweetness that they added to it was really, really nice. And as an added bonus to your tasting, they even give you these really nice cassava chips. They're really crunchy and really, really yummy.
Center of Ubud, Bali, Indonesia, and it is called Ubud. So we're gonna go in and check out what is supposed to be one of the best suckling pig spots here in Ubud.
One of the places that I really, really look forward to trying in Bali was a place that is actually known for Babi Guling. So Babi Guling in Indonesia is basically like crispy skinned roasted pork. and it's kind of like suckling pig. There is a lot of pork in food here. Babi Guling is a specialty of Bali. It's something that they're very, very proud of. And what I'm most excited about is trying the crispy skin of the pork, which is very, very characteristic of Babi Guling as a dish. So we are at a very famous spot here in Ubud, which is called Babi Guling Ibu Oka. There are 3 locations of Ibu Oka in Ubud, and so we are at one of the locations which is in the center of the town of Ubud, and there are multiple options for what you can order. You can get a full plate, which is called the special, which usually comes with some rice. It also comes with fresh vegetables, what they call pork roll, fried meat, sausage with pork skin. And then you can also get a bigger version of it that comes with soup. We've also got a whole young coconut that we want to drink out of because I can't get enough of the coconut here. And then we also got some mango juice. Try some of the skin first because that's what I'm most excited about. Look how big and fat this piece is. And actually, if you're just after the skin, you can get a full order of just the pork skin. So look at this. Look at how thick it is. And there's this nice thick layer of fat that's on the bottom. It's roasted, it's like crackly, super thick. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so good. It crackles on the top, it's super crispy, really crunchy. It has like that really like charred, roasted kind of flavor. And then when you bite into it and let it sit on your mouth, it's like that fat just like melts on your tongue. Oh my god. This is the best pork skin. This is like perfect. Kind of wish we had more. We might actually get some more. Okay guys, we're a little bit disappointed. It's about almost 2 o'clock here on a Saturday, and we tried to ask for another plate of just the crispy skin, and they ran out. It just kind of goes to show that if you do decide to come here, make sure to come earlier, and if you do come earlier, you'll be in luck to get more crispy skin. So we're gonna have to ration this to make sure that the goodness and deliciousness of this lasts. So it looks like we got some fried meat here. It's really crispy and really crackly. We're gonna take a bite of this. Oh wow! Oh my god! This is like pork in the form of a cracker. Oh my god, it's so fatty. It's really, really luscious and succulent. Salty and kind of spicy. It's like very peppery. It has a lot of spices in it. And it's kind of like tickling my mouth right now. It's yummy. And now we're gonna try some of the pork meat. So we have a pretty healthy portion of this pork meat here, and it's slathered with this really thick, kind of looks like a spicy, herby paste that definitely has some chilies mixed into it. I can't quite tell what it's mixed with, but it looks like it could be maybe like garlic, some ginger, maybe something citrusy, maybe like lime, as well as like some other herbs. It also looks like there's some black pepper in here as well, and definitely chilies. So I'm gonna take a bite of this. Oh my god. That is like the moistest pork ever. It's so soft and so tender. You kind of like break it up or kind of move it around with your fork. You can tell how tender it is. Oh my god. And it goes so well with that spicy paste on it. Oh, it smells so good. Let me eat it with some rice. So tender, super moist, really well seasoned. It's so well seasoned. So this plate of the Babi Guling also comes with some vegetable, and it says fresh vegetable on the menu. It looks like it's like very skinny string beans that are all chopped up. There also could be like cabbage, there's a bunch of herbs and spices in here. It also looks like there's some fresh shallot, or actually, sorry, fried shallot. And I don't know what this white stuff is, but it smells really fragrant. So we're gonna take a bite. This vegetable dish is super, super refreshing. It's like really crunchy, there's some soft bits, there's a lot of herbs and spices in it, and it just is like very, very complex, whatever it's like stir-fried in. And I also got this one last piece of sausage. Not quite sure what it is made of. I'm wondering if there may be some pork blood in this. Smells chocolatey, oddly enough. I definitely think it's pork blood. It's kind of dry. It's very crumbly on the inside. It tastes like it's been charred. Ooh, that's spicy too. It's really peppery. Whole black peppercorns in here. So we're gonna have some of the soup that this came with. So this is really, really vegetable-y. There's potatoes, there's string beans, there's carrot that's all chopped up. And it also looks like it's been garnished with some cilantro. It smells like a very fresh vegetable soup. Oh, and there's also some fried shallot in here. Even though it's like a vegetable-y soup, it tastes like the base could be chicken. This is really, really good. It's a really nice compliment to all this pork and this rice. So I'm gonna try to get all of this into one bite, so let's see how I do. I'm gonna scoop some of this vegetable onto the rice, and a little bit of this soup, some of this pork with this nice spicy paste, a little bit of this sausage, some of this crispy fried pork, if I can get it apart. Ooh, okay, that's a good piece. And then a little bit of this crispy skin that we're rationing. There's so little of it. Okay, we'll take as much as we can into one spoon. Big bite. This is probably the best bite we've had in Bali. This is so good. I'm getting some of that heat too from that spicy paste on the pork. I can't get enough of that crackly pork skin. That's like the best thing. This is the last bite with the crispy skin. Every single element of this plate is like perfection. The crispy skin, the moistness of the pork, this nice delicious slather of marinade or sauce that's on the pork, these big crispy pork pieces that are fried. You bite into these, it's like fat just melting on your tongue. And these vegetables are phenomenal. Like, I don't know what they're seasoned with, some sort of herby, garlicky, oniony, gingery type mixture. It's so flavorful. So I got so obsessed with the Babi Guling and all the delicious components of this dish that I totally forgot to have the coconut juice as well as the mango juice that we ordered. So we got the young coconut juice. It comes in a whole coconut, and hopefully there will be some meat that I can carve out afterwards because I just can't get enough of the coconut.
You gotta listen to this close. The Buffalo Bills webpage. So Candace right in.
This coconut juice is super refreshing. It's a little bit sweet. It's kind of like a little bit tart. And we actually found that of the two coconuts that we've had in Ubud, both of them have been a little bit on the tart side. So now we're gonna try some of this mango. We asked for them not to add any sugar, so this is just gonna be pure mango. This is also super refreshing. It's very lightly sweet. It's almost like a little bit tangy, just like pure mango through a straw. Babi Guling Ubud Oka, 1, 2, or 3 are definitely spots that you should check out. It's really fresh here. They roast the pigs pretty much every morning, and the service is really, really fast and efficient. I think I have yet to have better suckling pig than this. Just the juiciness of the meat. It's not even the least bit dry, and just that whatever they slathered the sauce with, like this really thick herby, garlicky, oniony paste, also with like a hint of spiciness. It was just so, so tasty. And nothing gets better than this pork skin. Just really crackly, really fatty. Oh, just so, so good. This is an amazing place, and you have to check it out. You come to Ubud.
my God. That was probably the best meal we've had in Bali so far. The suckling pig here definitely lived up to its hype. That crispy skin had a really nice fatty underbelly that just like melted in my mouth. The crispy chunks of fried pork were amazing. And even the vegetable component was amazing.
So excited. We just got back from our day trip to Ubud and we looked really hard throughout the streets to find a vendor at the right time so that we could pick up a durian as well as some jackfruit. And then it just started raining. And usually our driver Eddie told us that when it rains, all the jackfruit and the durian vendors tend to go inside because they just don't want to deal with getting their fruit all wet. And so I started panicking and I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know if we're actually gonna succeed in getting our durian and jackfruit fixed before we leave Indonesia. But then on our way back from Ubud back into Kuta, we found one woman who was selling jackfruit as well as durian. So I'm super, super excited. We did a taste test of both the jackfruit as well as the durian to make sure that the sweetness was to our liking. Typically when you buy fruit like jackfruit or durian in Indonesia, it's expected that you will not only haggle on the price, but also be able to taste it before you buy it. So they will cut it open for you, give you a small piece to sample, and if you like it, feel free to continue haggling. If you don't like it, just continue moving on. So the durian was super creamy. We got a small one that was probably about this size. You are probably wondering, why do I not have it here right now? Well, I came back into the hotel to shoot this quick video to just explain what happened with finding the food stall vendor for the fruit. Durian's not allowed on the hotel property or in the hotel room. So the durian is waiting outside for us right now. This is the jackfruit that we picked up. The woman was really nice and she peeled all of the jackfruit pockets out of the fruit for us. We are going to go outside and try out this jackfruit. It's already really fragrant, super florally, almost smells like banana-y and pineapple-y combined. And we're gonna try the jackfruit, the durian, and show you what it's like. So durian is an exotic fruit. It looks very similar to jackfruit if you are familiar with it. And what differentiates a durian from a jackfruit in terms of its outward appearance is the fact that it has these really crazy spikes on the outside. When you hold a jackfruit fruit in its whole body or shape, it's very smooth on the outside with little bits of bumps, where the durian would actually have these little spikes. And then once you open it up, that's when you reveal this really creamy, custardy, almost outwardly appearing like organs, but in the form of fruit. It's usually like a pale yellow to a deep yellow color, depending on the variety of durian that you have. And it can be arguably a stinky smell, but to me it's like very sweet, it's very creamy, it's a very, very distinct odor that you cannot mistake it for anything else. So the way that the fruit is in a durian is the fruit kind of is encompassing a little pit. There's a massive seed, which is basically what I'm holding right now. All of this gooey stuff, creamy stuff that you see on this outside, that's actually the fruit that you're gonna eat. This one's kind of like a pale yellowy color, and when you smell it, it's kind of creamy, milky, custardy, a little bit stinky. Some people might say that this smells, I don't know, like trash, but I actually really love the flavor. It's definitely something that I've grown to love. As a child, I didn't love it very much, but as an adult, I've grown to love it a lot. It's actually something that I crave, especially when I travel to Southeast Asia, where we can get it quite easily. Oh God. This is so creamy. It's super sweet. It almost tastes milky, as though there's milk in it, but there's obviously no milk. It's just pure, creamy, luscious, rich durian flavor. So the flavor is really, really creamy. It's very, almost like fruity, like maybe even with like maybe slightly vanilla undertones. And the texture is very, very creamy. It's kind of gooey almost when it's really ripe, and it's really, really soft. When you look at it on the inside, it kind of looks like organs of some sort. I know that doesn't sound very appetizing, but it's really creamy and it just like melts in your mouth when you eat it. This is one of the pits. Got these big seeds just like this. We also got a bag of jackfruit. It was freshly cut out of the actual jackfruit. Jackfruit looks very similar to durian, but it's not spiky on the outside. And the lady was really nice. She picked it all out for us. So we have this bag of this, big hunks, and they also have a pit in them similar to durian. They're super, super good. Oh my god. They're really sweet. I also have a different type of creaminess that is like very, it's kind of similar to durian, but not quite. The texture is kind of like almost apple-y, but more chewy. These are so addictive. These are also super florally too. I also say that maybe jackfruit could also be called custardy in terms of its flavor because of the creaminess and the sweetness. The texture is also really interesting. I said earlier it's kind of like it's almost apple-like in terms of its chewiness and the little bit of crunch that it has. And it's also a really interesting fruit because of how you can actually peel it apart quite easily. That's why it's actually used oftentimes as a substitute for meat in like vegan type meals. It's really good. So what I would say to anyone who has never tried durian before, don't judge it just based on the smell. Try it for yourself, see if you like it. Make sure you're going to someone who knows their durian and make sure that it's ripe. It is very easy to have it and probably think, oh, okay, the smell is going to be a turn off. But try it, see if you like it, and if that is too scary for you or a little bit intimidating, consider having it in a durian product. So it could be maybe durian with shaved ice, durian ice cream. That'll help kind of introduce you in a soft way to durian so that it doesn't totally intimidate you in the form of like a whole fruit. Just love this gooey texture. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would also love to hear what your favorite spot has been when you've been traveling in terms of food, like some dish that really blew you away. And please subscribe for more food, more travel, more cultural exploration as we explore the rest of Indonesia as well as the rest of the world. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.